cartoonishly depicted.
How did the animals speak English?
A sloth. I have not seen a cartoon that has depicted a sloth better than Zootopia has.
That's very true. But they still speak English, and that's impossible. I will not.
How many sloths have you seen
get
in your
over
life?
this.
How many sloths have you seen in your entire life?
Like in real life?
Yeah.
I've seen 2 in the wild, actually.
2 in the wild?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
Costa
2 out of how
Rica.
many sloths in the world?
How many sloths are in the world?
Yeah. I'm just making the point here that you've not seen all the sloths in the world.
That's true. But
There might be a society of sloths that actually...
Unless a sloth is somehow able to mutate and gain like a similar anatomy to a human to make those same sounds that we can.
How did we even get to this point?
We've got a game to watch.
Why are we
You're
here?
talking about sloths, and we've got this blood on shadow matchup. I was talking about sloths. We were talking about sloths.
Collectively, we are about to lose our jobs.
Collectively, wait, are we in this together?
I'm sorry. All right, Shadowcraft versus the Vengeance Blood.
Oh man, I love Devil of Vengeance so much. For a 3-drop 4/4, it's like, oh, it's so tricky. It's like it defines like how risky the Vengeance Blood matchup is if you don't have those draws. Oh my gosh, he's got oh my goodness, he's got Devil of Vengeance, Belphegor, and Dark Air Jammer. What a great combination. He's going to be able to attack with Devil of Vengeance on turn 4 with the Evolvor because he's going second. Oh my gosh, this is going to be massive.
4 play points here. You do have Catacomb in hand, so you could make the mess of skeletons.
Oh, but trading into the Devil of Vengeance. Yep, setting up for Catacomb right there. What a great play, getting those 2 extra cards for those 2 extra skeletons.
I feel a little concerned, right? You play the Belphegor, you lower your health down to 10.
Mm-hmm. It is very...
You got an Evolved Cerberus.
It is very
Who
concerning.
Is gonna
what's going to happen there? I think it's pretty clear what's going to happen. The Shadow could run away with it, but Yamilaz, he's got options.
Death's Breath might be the saving grace here.
Mm-hmm.
There's, I mean, just counting the shadows on board, there's probably like 8 shadows in there.
Yeah, there's already 8 shadows. Could possibly have them for a long time. But there could be a revelation that Yamilaz draws into. He's got Dance of Death, Hungering Horde as well to deal with all of those skeletons.
He did it.
Oh my gosh,
he did it.
10 health. There's another
There's
Belphegor.
another Belphegor.
There's 2 Dark Generals. He's not on turn 8, so he's not going to be able to swing for 10 damage with an Evolve.
I really think that board control...
Oh man, but
what did he
even
go
if you
for?
board control, man, I'm having nightmares. Oh my gosh, he's going for base.
Yeah, and I think this is the right move, right? You just force your opponent into that situation where they need to control the board, they lose the next turn.
Right.
What is the 10 damage reach here for auto-aim?
Possibly Cerberus next turn.
This 7 damage
turn, yep.
here if he swings face, but if he does that, he's dead. He needs to kill...
He needs to kill at least one of them. Belphegor, he could swing into the Devil of Vengeance, but Belphegor could just be evolved next turn as well. I think evolving, trading into the Belphegor, leaving Cerberus with 1 health. That would be great, but there's still a Dark Air Jammer. Not to mention a Dark General as well.
I think... You really, because you don't want to play too safe either, right? Because you need to close out your opponent as well. You need to threaten your opponent as well.
Right.
So is it too safe to take out both cards on the board?
He could very well. He could trade into Belphegor, and then he's got...
You get skeletons.
You got 5 damage from the followers you already have on board to deal with that Devil of Vengeance.
You get skeletons. You get shadows. I mean, okay.
It looks like he's going to go for tempo there. I like that trade. And now the pressure is on. Yamilaz, he could be smelling another Cerberus in hand next turn, but there's already the Coco and Mimi in hand. And the Cerberus, the 5/1 Cerberus, he's going to have to deal with that. And there's not anything like a Diabolic Drain in the hand. But look at this Hungering Horde. Look at the Hungering Horde Yamilaz is going to have.
If you play the Hungering Horde, you still have an out.
You still have an out, but that really just... Yeah, I mean, that's so much value right there, being able to get rid of all those skeletons. But you're just giving those shadows away to auto-aim.
Yeah.
And then that's only another 3 orbs you have to play with that turn. But I mean, I think that might be his only option. He's got the Grimnir for the ward to mitigate at least one attack. But
I think he's going to have to throw the Laura in, which is unfortunate because he would rather have that apply Storm.
Right, apply Storm to something like a Soul Dealer, for example.
Do you want to take the risk with the Air Jammer?
He's thinking about his options. Man, the Belphegor with that draw mechanic. Giving Blood all the options he needs. It's going to be the Air Jammer. Oh, no. Okay, the Wolf can trade into
I think
the Cerberus.
He's dead. Yeah. I think he's dead.
Yeah, with Coco and Mimi and an Evolve.
I think he's dead no matter what happens here.
Well, there's 3 zombies. Yeah, an Evolve, Coco and Mimi. With a Dark Conjurer as well. Yep, that's 10 damage.
Yeah. I think he's dead.
Yep, so he's got to Evolve. Yep, that's 10 damage right there. Not too bad from autoaim, showing us why Crimson Fencers is such a formidable team to deal with.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I think autoaim is... All right, let's double check our work here. My math teacher always told me to double check my word. So Evolve Skeleton, that's 3, 4, 5. Conjure is 6, plus Coco and Mimi plus 4 is 10.
And that's 10 right there.
All right, and that's 2, 4 play points.
You could even Soul Conversion if you wanted to. Yeah,
wow.
Doesn't need to. Doesn't need to. You can just win the game right there.
All right, let's see. Oh
my gosh.
Hold on.
Was there
Did
something
we do something
missed?
wrong?
Did we do something
I checked
wrong?
my work.
I'm pretty sure that was lethal. Anyway, that could have been a misplay from autoaim, but possible. And he just really wanted to swing for tempo there and gain a little bit more favor in the matchup, knowing that he could be drawn to
this is kind of scary. I mean, he's still threatening very lethal here. But as the play points get higher, do you have anything to defend yourself? The Evolve. Oh, does he have lethal here?
He still has the Spiderweb Imp.
He dropped the phrase. Okay, this is really tough now. Immortal
thing. There's the zombie party.
He needs to figure out a way to ward up, I think. No evolution orbs. Okay. That's probably the best way to kind of mitigate damage, but there's still Storm.
Yeah, you got the Goblin King on your side of the field too now. That's crazy because the Dark General only does 4 damage. I mean, that's one
But there's the Dance of Death as well.
Yep, very true.
Puts to 6. But when you're only left with 2 play points, what is the option?
Brings the Spiderweb Imp down to 2 health. Oh, the Diabolic Drain, that's crucial. But that would take you out of Vengeance. Oh my goodness. What are the options here? Diabolic, that could do 4 damage to the Goblin King, but it's gonna be the Dance of Death just to get rid of that follower. He's only got 2 play points left for this turn. He could Hungering Horde on the Goblins, just get rid of those followers there.
Oh god, the situation is so unstable right now. I mean, this Vengeance Blood deck doesn't quite have the immediacy. You're committing yourself to offense and giving up defense, right? You're not going to get... It's not like dropping Grimnir on 10, right? Where you get the damage and you get the ward. It's just you're dropping your Storm followers and there is nothing preventing your opponent from saying, okay, I'm going to swing phase 2. Which is really the big problem here between these 2 players, Yamilaz and autoaim, is that they both need to choose one or the other.
Very true. And now Yamilaz has got a difficult choice ahead of him. Do you want to play the Hungering Horde? Do you want to lose that card? Or do you want to heal yourself back up to 11 health with Diabolic Drain? It's going to be the Hungering Horde.
Oh, God. A 2 health ward. Death's Breath. Okay.
The Death's Breath is a great play.
He's just
because
trying to set up
now a
board
Laura
situation.
Soul Dealer combo won't be able to finish him off this turn. There's Devil of Vengeance.
All right, and autoaim is going first, so he's going to get to the Grimner first.
Right.
Which could be very important with the way this game is going.
That could mean the end of the game. I feel like that could be absolutely crucial.
Okay.
He uses the lower combo there to give Devil of Vengeance Storm. Not a bad choice. Just being able to get rid of one of those followers. He still has Diabolic Drain.
He's out of Vengeance now.
He's out of Vengeance.
And now that Devil of Vengeance can't attack.
But
Thane, probably?
Maybe, possibly.
Thane and then Conjurer in.
Conjure into the Imp. And then...
Do you even want to swing him into lethal, though? I feel like...
If you don't swing him into lethal... Oh, man, Soul
I'd
Conversion.
just rather swing him into Vengeance. That is a bunch of trash. This could make it very...
Even if you don't swing him into Vengeance, there's still a Belphegor in hand of Yamilaz, so he's going to be able to put himself in Vengeance. Oh, and the Whites put him in Vengeance anyway, so now Belphegor will just have the draw effect. But he's still got the ward that's going to be able to mitigate at least one attack from the Laura.
If he has 2 Dark Generals here, it's done.
Yep, yeah, that's done. That's 2 Dark Generals traded into the zombie. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely crazy. Yamilaz was able to take the game away.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The first turn Grimner, even though he had the advantage from that card, it didn't even matter. Because Yamilaz was able to hang on to those Dark Generals and close out the game with them.
So if he had not had the Whites push him into Vengeance, he wouldn't have been able to kill, right?
He would have had to have spent the Belphegor just to put him in Vengeance there.
And then that would have decreased his play points, disabling him from playing the Double Storm.
Right.
That game was just, I feel like my brain has been put through a microwave right now.
A microwave. That is not a good image. That's very painful.
A microwave brain. Oh my god. So that was just the first game of the series. By the way, we still possibly have 2 more to watch.
Possibly 2 more games. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that Shadow deck comes back in the next game as well. But the Blood deck is off the table.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy to think about. Yamilaz showing that he is a top contender. And now it's going to be Sword against Shadow in this last round of 8 match. So Yamilaz could be taking it away. Or autoaim could come back and advance to the semifinals.
Made leader in the early rounds is pretty good. And I think that you do need a lot of strong mid-game options to kind of survive the horrors that is Shadowcraft. He's got 2 of them, which, you know.
Right, especially if you're able to made leader into a Luminous Mage when you already have an Albert in your hand. Oh man, that 1 drop on turn 2.
It's fine because he can still do the 2 and the 1.
Right. What? He's running Durandal. Roland and Durandal.
Hold your horses. What?
Hold your horses indeed. This is not a card that we've seen in the NGE Shadowverse Open. In 9 weeks of play, we have never seen a Roland.
Every single time I played Roland in Take-Two against IS Senpai, I lost.
Really? Roland is such a good card in Take-Two.
I just got
IS Senpai is just a good player. I think that's what that says.
Literally every single one of IS Senpai and my Take-Two drafts are all just absolute stinky stuff, like Support Cannon and Word Wielder Ginger, or just really disgusting stuff. We don't... Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. But this is I'd say a really solid hand from autoaim. He's gonna
Roland, huh?
The little Soul Squasher, Hector and Cerberus as well as the Bone Chimera. What does the Roland mean for the mid-range Shadow? How is that going to affect the turn of the game?
I don't think it's going to affect it that much because mid-range Shadow is all about the huge amounts of swings rather than the one big swing.
That makes a lot of sense.
Rating 101 tells you, when you're trying to figure out your mitigation.
Rainy 101. should be a segment on some news channel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the Evening Clock News. We're going to go swinging over to Rainy 101.
Thanks for the pass, Sterling. Today on Rainy 101, we discuss mitigation.
That's how I would talk on a news show. And that's how, oh my gosh, yeah, that's great. We should go into news.
Yeah.
Forget the band, man.
Yeah, I already forgot the band.
Everyone forgot the band until now.
All right. We're somehow, in the blink of an eye, we're already on the 5th play point. Yamilaz has a few decisions to think about. Now, 4 shadows here for auto-aim. There are some threatening things like a Bone Chimera, Goblin Princess, Cerberus, all of these choices that cover a wide variety of options. Plus, Evolution Orbs to spend. Yamilaz is going to spend his first on the Floral Fencer.
On turn 5, nonetheless. He's going to be able to clear the board and give himself a massive board as well. And some face damage from that other Quick Blader that he summoned. So not a bad play from Yamilaz, establishing his board presence with the Floral Fencer.
I think this is a smart choice because this could be a... Oh.
Ooh. Oh no, Shadow Reaper and Bone Chimera. That the evolved Bone Chimera with the Shadow Reaper could trade into Soul Squasher. Right.
Soul Squasher Reaper. It's not comfortable. Soul Squasher Bone Chimera?
Either way, it's a difficult choice. He's gonna go with the Soul. He's gonna the Soul Squasher.
Soul Squasher Bone Chimera.
Hopefully setting up for next turn for those skeletons to be out. Summon the Reaper, and then you can trade the skeletons right on that same turn.
Yeah, the only tragedy is he would like to have the Reaper here, so as Yamilaz board clears, the Reaper is getting stronger, whereas a lot of it can be board cleared now. Yamilaz might actually... Okay, he's going to go for the Geno, so he's saving a lot of his damaging options. Right. We're in a situation where turn 7, you got Roland. Turn 8, you got Luminous. And then turns 9 and 10, you just start swinging with Albert like crazy. But I don't even know, right? If you drop Roland, you're probably going to need to Roland Evolve.
I think the point of this Roland is really just a curveball. It's to catch like a mid-range Shadow deck off guard. No one is expecting.
I mean, the double Shadow Reaper will definitely get mitigated to just 4 damage per swing on each end.
Right.
But double Shadow Reaper is still pretty ridiculous.
Pretty ridiculous indeed.
And how do you remove it here, you know? Some days you just really wish you had that Cyclone Blade.
Some days.
You know, something like an Evolved Night Cyclone Blade would probably be the option to go for, but it's just not a thing that happens. Here's a Roland.
Right on turn 7.
And do you evolve it? Or do you save it?
Well, there's already the evolved skeleton. You don't want to buff up the Shadow Reapers anymore. But with... Yeah, now with...
So they're going to go up to 4 damage, which is the most that they can do here. The play points here for Ector, not going to matter, right? They're going to get buffed up to ridiculous amounts of damage, but not going to matter. So
that's 15 damage. Excuse me.
12. 4 times 3, right? To face.
With the skeleton.
And next turn, you're on turn 8, so you still don't really have Enhanced Albert. Luminous Mage with the free Evolve in. And this is why I was considering, right? Do you want to spend your Evolve Orb now, right? Because then you could have had, well...
So I think
it guarantees that you take... So I don't think it would have mitigated anything, right? Because the Evolved Roland would still take 2 hits at most, because it goes from 5 health to 7. 2 sources of 4 damage is going to take down 7 health anyways.
Right.
So, saving it probably helped. But maybe even the Knights evolved here so that they could clear some of this board.
Yeah, but I don't think it's really going to matter. I mean, I think auto-aim is certainly going to be able to eke out 8 damage next turn, especially when there's a Cerberus in hand as well, and he's going to be able to get that extra 4 damage.
So you can do 2 damage, use your Whole Soul Swing.
I should have foreseen this.
Yeah, there's no way to get away from it.
Durandal! Durandal, man, but now Yamilaz still has his sword deck.
He has to play Durandal again.
He has to play Durandal
That's
again.
what that means.
And we'll see how effective that is against Auto-Aim's second deck, his secondary deck.
And really, the only situation where I see Durandal like actually being a thing is against Dragoncraft, right? Because against Sword, you get things like Albert who double strikes, right? So it's less effective because it's 2 sources of damage. It's going to be 4 and 4, which does 8.
Genesis Dragon? Durandal is massive against that.
Genesis Dragon, Israfil kind of, it's going to be the 4 and the 2. Ouroboros is going to be the 4 and the 3.
And Auto-Aim's second deck is a Haven Craft deck. Durandal, when there's Aegis on turn 9.
That is probably one of the only solutions you have against
Aegis, right?
Yeah.
Mitigating its attack to only 4, no matter what.
Yeah. I And this might be how Yamilaz is getting all the way to the round of 8, right?
And he's running Test of Strength as well.
Okay.
The combination we don't usually see with Aegis deck. A lot of players choose to forego that card.
Otto is going to take this moment to just sit down for a while. Appreciate his surroundings. Appreciate the people that make him who he is. Giving a sacred plea.
I suppose that is what a sacred plea could be described as. And I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right.
There's a lot of storm.
There's
Yamilaz is cooking up a storm there.
He's cooking up a storm. The storm is brewing, especially with Geno, Rush. But man, there's Albert, Novice Trooper, Alwitas.
You really got to take a look at. So turn 6 is going to be a mix between Themis and Dark Jean. And to get to that point, you've got Grimner as a ward. Test of Strength could turn other stuff into wards.
Man, and Maid Leader on that same turn as well, being able to get the Roland.
I wonder how autoaim feels knowing that Roland is a thing.
That's right, it was played. If it wasn't played last game, there's probably no way he could have known unless you could look at your opponent's deck list. But
yeah,
bit of a surprise.
Grimner
Bit of a surprise seeing Roland. And the question is, do you spin the Blackened Scripture just to get rid of the Maid Leader or the Knight, or do you save it for a much more prime target? Or the Evolve Orb?
The dangerous thing in this scenario is turn 9 is where Albert kicks into high gear. Turn 9 is also when Aegis gets dropped. So on turn 8, when your Albert is not quite as effective, Test of Strength comes down. And if they live to that turn 9, then all of a sudden you play this Heavenly Aegis, and they're sitting there having to attack the Aegis.
Right.
And because the Aegis just degaffs, it just kind of walks around and smacks you to the face while Test of Strength is there.
But
Aegis is a kid that doesn't play by the rules in school. Everybody's like, oh, let's arm wrestle, you know, let's see who gets the food. Aegis just walks up and takes the food and leaves.
Yeah, that's exactly
and everybody's just like, God.
On top of that, he stabs you with a knife.
Yeah. And does Aegis really use a knife?
No, it's probably a little bigger than a knife.
Huh.
I mean, he's like, if you look at his art, he's like as big as a city. He's like crushing a city.
Yeah. That's his knife. It's a knife for Aegis.
Yeah. He's like, picks up the city out of its roots and throws it like a baseball. That's the Heavenly Aegis we know and love. But look at that Dark John.
Ugh.
Oh man, that's oh jeez. That's why there's that card.
Yeah.
That's why.
And he's got another one just waiting.
Another one just waiting, just lurking in his hand.
The only thing in here is against Storm, no ward means you're still getting hit in the face, right? Even if you clear the board, the card still hits you in the face. It's kind of in retaliation, and I think that's fine for Yamilaz. Oh, is he going to challenge the Dark John?
He might just straighten to the Dark John.
Or face. Put him to 10. That's real tempting.
Put him at 10, yep. It's got to feel really good. And there's still one Evolve Orb on the table for Yamilaz.
The Falcon. Drop the Dark John.
Yep, Evolve the Tiger. Now you've got the enhanced ability from the Heavenly Hound. It's not an enhanced ability. It's a fanfare.
Oh, that's good. Nice.
Yep. And now you can trade that into the Viking and go for face for 7 damage.
And now the ward's up. You're still not on Albert turn, so you got a double Novice Trooper and the double ward. And now this is real strong. Both his wards above 2 health, and I cannot stress how important that is.
And this is the turn where Yamilaz wants to put out the Roland. If autoaim probably guessed it could have been in his hand by now. So by putting out a massive board like this, knowing that there's not a Cyclone Blade or anything like that, feeling comfortable to get this massive board.
I don't think there's a way for him to live out of this.
I don't think so
either.
What
do you trade? You got Novice Troopers with Storm, but that's only taking down 2 cards that don't even kill the cards.
Right, yeah, the Hound's got 4 defense. Grimnir's got 3. Not to mention a 5/5/2/1 and a 6/1. This is...
The fact that everything lived with just barely enough health. Okay. So that's going to be 4/4. Okay. 8, 10, 12.
Dark John as well for that extra bit of damage. But, I mean, the extra bit of damage, it's not going to matter much for the...
So this Roland will survive attacks from at the most 2 different cards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, to banish. And now it's just going to be 10 damage here.
I should have foreseen this.
Oh, Yamilaz
Or
is tapping
12.
out. Even
Wow.
if he played the Dark John, the Dark John that's already on the field, and the Tiger would have still done 4 damage, but the Grimnir would have done 4 damage as well. Still only would have been 12 damage. And Yamilaz was sitting at 13 health, so it wouldn't have closed out the game. But I mean, with that massive board, there were so many resources that Yamilaz
I would have liked to
needed
see that
deal with
situation play out, just because I don't really have enough foresight to kind of imagine what it would have been
Right.
like.
Mhm.
But, I mean, Roland made it to the top 8. That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So,